Hey, sorry about that, guys. My internet had gone out for a second, but yeah, it's back now. So we should start to have this live stream going again. Yeah, and so now we're back to the live stream. Let's go start driving again. That's not working. Okay, so I need to figure out a good way to get out of here. Oh, here we go. Instead of going up a rock cliff, let's just go over here. There we go. But as I was saying before, we're not, although we don't have games that are as popular now, they are somewhat popular to some people, and that's what makes us happy. We're the 1%ers of the 1%ers. We help. Well, we basically do a lot of. Yeah, we're like the 1% of the 1%ers, so or the 10%ers of the world. So that way we can do a lot of stuff that other people don't, and then we cover a lot more ground. And so yeah, that's always that's always really fun whenever we have people join our live streams, do a bunch of cool stuff with us. If you guys ever want to be part of one of our videos, do make sure you hit that notification bell, because we may start doing, we may send out a special message to you guys. Also, if you are a part of the Patreon page, we do want you guys to be a part of that. But if you guys are a part of that, I may send special messages to special groups, so that way you guys can be part of a live stream. We do have a couple of ranks on the, or tiers on the, on the thing. We have, let me see if I can remember this. We have pawns, which is the first rank, rooks, knights, bishops, and then I think the last rank is the maker bots, which are a very small subset of subscribers who will actually, there's only going to be like 20 people only allowed that spot. But yeah, if you are one of the 20 people who get that spot, then you get to have special prizes and whatever. And if you are part of that, you may also, if you read on the Patreon page, we do have a couple of things that are new, a couple of things that aren't new. So that's really cool, so that way you guys can watch our stuff again. Hold on, I'm getting distracted again. So we have a Patreon. You guys can go, feel free to be a Patreon, or a Patreon. I don't have a link to the Patreon page on the video because I don't know how to put it on here, but I do have the link to it on the main channel, or like on the about page of the channel. So you guys can go, feel free to go do that if you guys want. Yeah. There's not much I need to be talking about right now, because pretty much all I had to say was said. We do have Discord, so you guys can send special messages there to the subscriber chat that we have, so you guys can be a part of that. And you guys can feel free to be doing a lot of stuff there if you want. Not much happens there, but you guys can join there and be part of that. Let's see if we can fix this now. Ooh, too high. There we go. Here's our little ring. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Why are you building it over there? Yeah, but going back to what I was saying, only a small subset of you will be able to get that MakerBot tier. And with the MakerBots, you guys are actually able to join us during the live streams and be part of the videos and whatever. So that would always be fun for some people. And then if you're one of those people who think, oh, it's unfair and whatever, it doesn't matter. Only the people who get it will have special privileges. If you don't get special, you just have to read the descriptions of the pages, see which one you want, and if you want special new tiers, we can set that up. But right now, as of now, we're gonna keep the tiers as they are. No one needs. We're not gonna be making extra tiers just so that way people can be part of the community that way. But if people want more, we can add some extra ones on there. We're not gonna do very many on there. Now, why do you keep dropping down? There's nothing there. You can just pick this up and go over here. Thank you. Now, this area. Let's see if we can build a bridge off this way. Yes, we can. Okay, that is way too far. Turn this round. And then as well, if we get enough funds, we may start working on trying to make a, we may start doing a tour. If you guys ever wanted to start, ever want us to do that, I mean, we're more than happy to make, probably start a tour, but as well, we may want to start it once we have more time to actually start doing stuff like that. I'm gonna change the strength of this. Oh, I just earned a trophy. That's really cool. But yeah, again, I'm sorry, I'm just super quiet. We can do podcasts. I'm just randomly just gonna start saying stuff I'm just saying we can do podcasts, we can do a lot of other stuff. You just have to let us know what you guys want us to do. And then I'll set up like a day for all of us to be on a Discord chat. So that way we could all talk. We could talk about how Fortnite is screwing up. We can talk about what we're going to do during our next game. We can talk about how... we could talk about anything. You guys just have to let us know what you want us to talk about. We can just do anything. We may also set up some other stuff as well. I'm just gonna turn that off because apparently it's not keeping up. Go buy a different, go get a trailer or something. Put all of this in. But, yeah. I hate how it doesn't say how many people aren't, like, watching. But I like how it says that there are people. Alright, we're gonna take this now. Alrighty, off we go. Time to flip it over. We'll park you back now. I remember in older copies of this game, you were only allowed to have like 3 save files, and now you can have like 4 of them, or like 10 of them, I think. I don't remember how many you can have, but I think it's like 10. You could have like one map dedicated to like YouTubing, and then like a bunch of other maps just trying to figure out what you could do. Because I know that's what a lot of people can do with like Minecraft and whatever. Yeah, we'll leave that down. Hold on, can I actually pick this up? Object too heavy. Okay. Alright, we'll go run this over here. Let's see, can I pick up the other half now? Still too heavy. I don't know. Should we take this to a biogas plant? I think what would be most beneficial. No one else is on. Gagster's on. Cody's on. Let me make a party real quick. And invite Codes and Gagster in. Private. Let's do it. Let's see who all comes in. I know that there's a couple of people whose mics work and a couple of people whose mics don't work. Yeah. Alrighty. Let me get into the other truck. Where is it? Here we go. Oh, I can go in that way. We'll just unfasten that belt, I don't care. Let's see. Codes, Gangster, Sam, Scrubs. Okay. God darn it, I did it again. Hold on, let's see if we can flip over. There we go. Nope, almost got it though. Alrighty. Perfect flip. I believe that's the sand, which would be this thing, I think. I want to make sure this is it. That is not it. I think that's it. Yeah, it is. Okay, so I need to make this over here. Alrighty. Let's go grab one of the Scorpion Kings. Yeah, there's not much space here, so I may figure out a better solution for that. Yeah, right now it's just gonna be me cutting down some trees, so I may end the live stream here in a little bit, but if I do, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If I don't finish it in the next few minutes, then you can continue watching. I am not sure what's happening with these logs. Something must be happening. I have no clue. Oh, trailer's full. Okay. Well, let's drive this out of the way. Other semi. Because I'm not going to be using the other conveyor belt, we're just going to load up this one. There we go. Alrighty. And while we're gone, that'll load up. And then we'll just keep swapping out trucks. Why is it so bumpy? No clue. Alrighty. Okay, off we go. Down the road. Okay. What do you mean a copyright claim has been added to my video? I mentioned the songs. Hey, okay. Google, if you're watching this, or whoever's watching this, and you're from the people who just sent me this frickin' email, letting you know I mentioned the songs. You can send me another email if you want. I'm saying right now, I mentioned that song. I mentioned the Feel Invincible, and I also mentioned Undefeated before I played them. So you can't go on about telling me that I didn't mention them. And so you can go and suck my ass if you were gonna keep telling me this. And since I don't care anymore, I may just go ahead and start suing you. If I get another warning about or if I get another claim, I'm just gonna say I mentioned the songs. I mentioned the songs before I played them. And so, yeah. Yeah, I ain't earning any money, so I don't care. I don't get ad revenue yet because I don't have 1,000 subscribers, and so I can't use AdSense yet. And also, if you're going into the YouTube business and you're just looking for something to do, I would recommend you don't go into the YouTube business. I mean, you can. You just have to make sure you're doing stuff everyone likes. Otherwise, you don't get any money, you don't get any subscribers, and all that sort of stuff. But you need like 1,000 subscribers to start off your YouTube career and to start getting paid for YouTube videos. And also, try to get sponsorships, because a lot of people may want to play that. Or may want to be able to do stuff. I may try to get in touch with Giants here. See if I can get some sponsorships from them. I just realized I was gonna go over the conveyor belt. Let's get that off the conveyor belt. And whoever watches this video in the near or in the future, then you guys can go back to the last live stream I did before this one, and then you can go and check this, and you can go and just say, well, this guy didn't mention the songs. And I don't know if you just go in and say, oh, this guy didn't mention the songs, so that doesn't count. Because I mentioned the other song and I didn't get claimed for it. And it's from a different publishing studio too. What do you guys think? Should we do something with this farm area? Or should we keep it just, or with this forest area after we're done? Or should we just get rid of it? Either way, it works for me. Like, do you guys want us to make this into a parking lot and then we have all of our equipment come back over here? Because I know there's a bunch of fields on here that are pretty big. Updates coming later this spring on May. Okay, I understand this. Shut up. Get rid of that. Another claim? I freaking mentioned those songs. There are no problems. You don't need to take any actions. You don't need to delete your video. If something went wrong and your copyright and the copyright owner or our system made a mistake, we have a dispute process. Only use it if you're confident that you have the rights to use all the content in your videos. You copyright safe songs when choosing your YouTube team. I don't care. I've added 2 songs. I've added 2 songs. I mentioned both songs. You guys can even go back into that live stream and hear me mention both songs. Also, YouTube, if you're watching this, I don't fucking care anymore that you are giving me these claims. Or if you give me strikes, I don't care. But I want to say right now, I mentioned both songs. And I keep mentioning the songs every time I play them. Because I know you guys get picky about it. And because I am on a console, I can't really do editing on this thing. I have to do it on a different device. And when I do it on a different device, it doesn't work. Because you can't transfer copies of, you can't transfer files very well from a PS4 to a PC, but apparently you can do it very fucking well if you do it on from a PC to a PS4. I mean, what the heck? I mean, if you're gonna go on about me making issues, maybe you should understand I'm in a standpoint now. I can't do that. I mean, I have enough to deal with. I'm going through school right now. I'm like 15 years old. I'm going through school, and I'm in one of the really poor, one of the last paying, tax paying, or the lowest tax paying, or like the highest tax paying state in the union. I'm like the 48th state that actually has to pay a high tax. And I'm guessing the lowest paying state is fucking Washington. Washington, D.C. and whatever. I don't fucking care. You can go suck my ass, you can go suck my dick if you want, YouTube. Because I mentioned both of those songs. I don't care. If you want to send me another email saying, hey, we made a mistake, we're sorry, and whatever, I don't care. What do you guys want me to do? You guys want me to say name of the people who are in the song? Am I getting claimed because I'm singing the songs? Am I getting claimed because I'm playing the songs? Am I doing it? Am I having issues about it? I mean, YouTube, if you want to send me another email saying what I'm doing wrong, then go ahead. I don't care. I know you don't watch every single one of everyone's videos. I know you have a software that goes in, says, oh, if these songs are played, I have to knock them out. Okay, you have soundtrack songs. I played a soundtrack song like 2 to 3 live streams ago when I was with Sam. I know you guys up at YouTube or at Google, wherever the hell you are. I think you're in California and whatever. But I'm just saying, if you guys are gonna get on to me about doing this, maybe I should get on to you for letting such for allowing such bad content to be published. Or maybe I should go and sue you for not letting a fan base or a sort of religion to be spread out. Because there's a lot of people, like I know for myself, I know maybe a lot of you up at Google don't know this, but or at YouTube, wherever you are, don't know about this, but or don't know about this community and whatever, but there are things called furries, and I consider myself one because I actually do like the stuff that people post about that. I mean, I have to go onto a different website to officially see the new, like some of the really good stuff that people do. And even then, it's not as good as seeing it on YouTube. And this is why so many people are leaving you guys. This is why so many people want to go and do other stuff on different websites. I mean, if you guys, and I'm just saying, YouTube, let's say Facebook, Pinterest, and Epic Games, all you big major companies, if you guys keep adding on all of these stupid stuff, no one's gonna love you guys anymore. We're all gonna leave you. Just like everyone's leaving the United States. Nope. Flippy stick. Alrighty. Let's see if we can fix this. Alright, we'll flip it this way. Like literally, like maybe a little less than a year ago, like maybe 2018, whatever, sometime 2018, you guys pulled the plug on the Google Plus program, which crashed YouTube for roughly 2 hours because they had to pull apart all the all the stuff that had the Google Plus stuff on it. And no one liked that because they were doing stuff during that time, and it was impossible to do anything because you guys had locked that system. And as well, I feel like people should start using VPNs. I'm not saying I'm sponsored by one, I'm just saying people should start using these VPNs that are out there, because I personally use one. I usually personally use one, and although it's not one of the major companies like NordVPN and whatever, they're a really good little company. It's a really good little company, and they make a really good little VPN. And I use it every time I go onto some of my websites. And if you guys are having issues about that, you can go ahead and just leave. I don't care. And Google, if you're going to keep screwing up your systems the same way Epic Games is screwing around with Fortnite, then this is why no one's going to start wanting to post stuff on YouTube anymore. They may want to start putting stuff on Patreon, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, Vimeo, whatever else there is. Just letting you guys know, you guys are not okay. I have screwed up that tree. I'm gonna put that there. Can I grab this? Yes, I can. Anyways, I know that probably is a bunch of you are gonna be saying, but Gray, it's the system, it's the politics and whatever. Of course it's the politics. It's fucking Donald Trump going about and screwing up the systems. You got Donald Trump up at the White House screwing around with their stuff. You got the people up in Congress screwing up stuff. You got people all over the place screwing up stuff. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that people get money. A lot more money means a lot more happy people, apparently. But it doesn't mean that. It means people are miserable every single fucking day of their existence, and no one says a thing about it. Alright? But going back to what I was saying, no one has this authority, apparently, to go about and messing with people's fun time, basically. Like, I know there's the parents there who help protect you and whatever, but maybe every once in a while, kids should learn how to branch out. Learn or watch stuff that they should watch. Learn stuff that they like. I know that parents are doing that, but a lot of the time, kids want to look at stuff that maybe their parents don't want them to see. I know my parents do that all the time. But I mean, come on. I mean, seriously. If we're gonna have a better community, better ecosystems, better relationships with everyone, we need to be able to do our own decisions. I mean, come on. If we keep doing this stuff by the book, who's ever gonna have any fun? This is why we have so many lawbreakers. This is why we have so many people doing stuff like this. So that way, they don't have an issue with the law. Like, these are people who don't have, respect for the law. Like, a lot of people would say, respect for the law and whatever, and it's like, I don't care. The reason why we have so many people in prison is because they think the rule book is corrupt. I mean, sure, maybe a lot of people are doing it because we thought it was sugar and whatever, and I don't, or we thought these were Mentos, and I don't care. It doesn't matter whether you do a bunch of stuff from crack to, let's say, heroin. Wait, no, that's the same thing. From crack to weed to meth, it doesn't matter. If you do a drug, then you know that you're doing it against the rule book, and you know that a bunch of stuff is happening, and that you don't agree with the law. I mean, I don't agree with the law, and yet I still have to fucking abide by it. At least for the next few years. Let's start the truck real quick. I'm gonna move it over. Anyways, so continuing off, I mean, I just want to say a lot of people I know are really pissed off. Wait, hold on. Really pissed off with the way the government is handling this situation with all these people and whatever. I mean, I know Bernie Sanders is trying to figure out, was trying to put, trying to get an end on meth and whatever. Or marijuana, whatever it was. But I know that, I know as well, a lot of people would, I know like a lot of people would probably say, oh, marijuana's not good for you, you shouldn't do it. I know, yeah, you have a point. You have a point. You are one of the few people in the world who gives a crap about it. I know a lot of us have to deal with stuff all the time. Give me 1 second. Going back to what I was saying, I think that a lot of people have a point. Some drugs, like all drugs are bad, yeah. But there's a lot of drugs out there that aren't bad. You take too much of it, it can become bad. But you take very little of it every single day. If you are on a medication, you're taking drugs. So, I mean, if you're gonna illegally, if they're gonna do drugs, I mean, if they're gonna get rid of drugs, they might as well get rid of medication. I mean, it's either have the drugs that come in every once in a while, or fucking someone build a time machine, go back to, like, whenever people were creating this stuff and get rid of it forever. Just like before people come and start pioneering the stuff of tobacco and like alcohol, stuff like that. I mean, you can have alcohol. You can have alcohol all you want. Like, I know alcohol has been around for about a few thousand years now. But that doesn't mean we need to have people start doing this very, very poorly. Like, I know before Jesus was here, he had wine. Like, during the ancient Egyptian times, they had, like, wine and stuff like that. And I'm guessing other parts of the world, they had ale. I mean, if you want to get rid of drugs, go back through history, figure out when the drugs were created, and then go and start saying, alright, well, you're not allowed to do this, we're taking this away from you, good luck. And then, sure, those guys may be forgotten forever, But but that doesn't matter. I mean, if another guy, say, during our timeline in the year 2055, somehow figures out how to create meth, no one's gonna jump on the boat. But if people start doing this in the 1920s, however, people are gonna jump on the boat during this time. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that we still haven't figured out what to do with it yet. I mean, there's a lot of people who spend their time creating this stuff. I mean, you have cookers, like you have these cookers, like in Breaking Bad. You have these guys who go about making this stuff in like secret vans and whatever. But that, okay, there's like certain vehicles that people tell you never to get into. People tell you never to get into white vans or black vans or any type of van for that matter. But that doesn't mean that that van is bad. I mean, if people were to tell you to not get into a van, and your job company told you to go into a van, you still have to go into the van. The way we're teaching our kids during these the way we're teaching kids during this time is a very poor excuse. Think about it like this: Beaumont ISD in Beaumont, Texas, is the worst. Texas is the worst state because we have this STAR testing. We have something that's similar to STAR testing for everyone, but it's different every single time. I mean, think about it this way. If I were to make standardized tests, I would have it to where the information, it would be a lot like how we're taking 9-week tests. In my state, we take 9-week tests every single 9 weeks. Like every 9 weeks or so, oh no, I screwed up this trailer. Or this conveyor, or this thing. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna have to probably reposition it anyways. So, let's grab this real quick. I'm just saying, if we're gonna have people go on about their day saying, well, this is bad, this is bad, this is bad, this is what we need to get rid of, and it needs to be gone forever. There's people who are fighting for that stuff. Like saying, oh, this is not a bad thing like everyone's saying. I mean, sure, some stuff may be bad. Some stuff may not be bad, but that doesn't mean we have to go about everything, like every single little thing, just saying, oh, this stuff is bad, this needs to be gone forever. It doesn't matter. If we're having stuff that's been going on for like thousands of years now, we can't get rid of it now. I mean, if we got rid of it while it was around, then like when it first came around, then probably, yeah, we could probably have better lifestyles. But no. I mean, people have made science fiction about traveling into the past, traveling to the future, and all that sort of stuff. And have we gotten there yet? No, because people are so stupid and figuring out how to destroy the common cold, that we're not even figuring out how to solve science fiction yet. I mean, literally, you've got people who spend thousands of days, like, you got people who spend thousands of hours trying to figure out how to defeat the common cold. And yet we have people who are writing novels that are supposed to be providing a better future to everyone. Has that happened yet? No, because we're still living in this crap-ass world that no one is really taken care of. I mean, yeah, you got some people. You got some people like, you get people who we think are bad guys, who may be trying to promote a different lifestyle, and we're just saying, oh, nope, that's out of the books, you can't have it. I mean, if we're gonna go around doing that, that's just gonna be super, super insecure of us, because we're trying to teach kids, oh, this is not bad, and this is bad, and all that sort of stuff. It doesn't matter. If we're going to be doing this, we might as well start doing it the right way. If we're not going to start doing it the right way, we might as well not do it at all. I mean, it's either do it the right way, don't do it at all, or try to figure it, or continue going down your path and living a very miserable life. I mean, come on, there's people who are dying. Yeah, we have people who are dying. But if we can figure out how to go back to the past, figure out how to get rid of these illnesses that we keep saying or keep discovering, then we're gonna have issues. We're gonna have a bunch of issues because no one can figure out, oh, well, maybe we have to figure out our timeline. If people are going to start saying, oh, let's go back let's go to through our history and figure out when this guy had figured out this issue. I mean, we have people who study history, yeah, but a better way to study history is to go to the past itself. I mean, and there's a lot of people who say, oh, going to the past would start messing with the time-space continuum. I mean, sure, yeah. You have people who would say that, but you know who else would be saying that? A lot of hypocrites. I mean, think about it this way. You've been taught, people have been taught all through their lives, drugs are bad, which they are. But if we keep discovering new ways to use drugs, then what's going to be the issue of it? I mean, seriously, we have, like, heroin used medically to help doctors. Why are we allowing that? I mean, seriously, we want to get rid of drugs. Some of them are being used medically. I mean, seriously, I could spend, let's say 20 minutes saying what is going on with the world, why we're doing stuff like this, and how we can fix it. And no one, I mean, seriously, we also have people who are saying, oh, well, this shows that little Jimmy over here is failing in school. Well, you know why he's failing in school? Because no one is helping him. Jimmy is one of the few kids in the like at this. I'm doing this out of example here. Say you have a kid who's apparently failing in school, but he's coming to school at the right time, doing all of his work, doing everything correctly, by the book even, that he's supposed to be following, and yet he still has a bad grade? No, that's not because of people going around saying, oh, Jimmy's got a bad grade, he can't do this, and this anymore. I mean, seriously, if we go about saying that, then no one's going to be wanting to ever come back and start saying, oh, we're going to have fun little times here. I mean, I got like 5 or 6 different people right now who may be trying to say, oh, well, this is not a very bad idea, but it's a very illogical one. I don't care if it's fucking illogical. All I care about is making this world understand that to understand our past, we need to go back to that time. Say, we try to figure out when wine was created, because I know a bunch of people are saying, oh, let's get rid of beer and all that stuff. I mean, there's also a lot of other drinks that are really, really bad. Not to that person specifically, but to maybe a good subset of people. Like, Coca-Cola. Like, I know every drink has its strengths and weaknesses. Gatorade has basically no strengths or weaknesses. Powerade has no strengths or weaknesses. I mean, sure, it's labeled as an energy drink, but you could be saying that to Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Diet Coke, all that sort of stuff. I mean, seriously, we're in this predicament now to where we can't even figure out what's good, what's bad, and what we need to fix. I mean, if it were up to me, I would just say, screw it, let's make a time machine, go back to when we were to the past, and just get rid of everything. I mean, seriously, I know a bunch of people, I know there's a bunch of religions out there, Hindu, or Hindi, Arabic, that's not a religion, that's a race. Hold on. You have Hindus, you have, I can't remember the other ones. You have a bunch of other ones around the world saying the exact same thing. All of this came from the birth of God, or maybe even before the birth of God, or Jesus, whatever it was. If it were up to me, I would just say get rid of him. I mean, if we're spending so much time caring about this little kid who apparently spent 25 years alive and then died because the way he was teaching people to do stuff, it was not the correct way. There's no correct way to do anything. If it were up to me, I would just say, go back in time, go make sure, I mean, we have professional doctors who may be saying, oh, well, this is, that could be saying, oh, this is the issue of our problems. And maybe referring to having Jesus being born. I mean, if it were up to me, I would say go back in time and go back in time, have people who know how to, let me see, how to, I forgot. Like how to abort, like how to do abortions, and just get rid of him. I mean, sure, a bunch of people are saying, oh, well, we're having this issue, and this issue because we think that it's coming back from God. If we're having so many issues that we're saying are coming from God, why don't we just try to figure out how to make something like in Back to the Future, make a DeLorean? Or, like, we know how to make DeLoreans, but what if we made, hear me out here, what if we made a time machine, an actual time machine that worked, so that way we could go and just figure out that we need to go to, say, this timestamp, and do it that way, and just have it to where we have no issues for a good long bit, and then once we start having issues, we can go back to when we had those issues and just get rid of them. I mean, simple as that. But I'm guessing a bunch of people are going to be saying, oh, well, it's not going to work that way because we have so many issues with this thing, and this thing, and this thing. I mean, seriously, all of this, these issues that we're coming up with, we're creating every day. I mean, seriously, say you had someone who was mentally retarded, and the only reason why they were mentally retarded is because people were bad with him. I mean, seriously, that's an issue with a lot of people. We're having this discussion now to where people are saying, oh, well, Jimmy here is mentally retarded. He's needing to have this thing done to him every single day. If Jimmy is having issues with this, maybe Jimmy should be taken to a real place to go get himself proper attention from people who know how to probably do this stuff, instead of going to a place that could possibly know it. Like, seriously, St. Jude's, that's a pretty good little business who have made a pretty good name about themselves in the last, like, 20 years or so. I don't know how long they've been around. But if St. Jude's is going around saying, oh, we can't have, Jimmy here's having issues, we need him to be medically attended to. Seriously, I mean, St. Jude's right now is focusing on cancer, alright? Just saying. They don't have... If Jimmy here is suffering from mental retardedness, he should go to an actual doctor or a therapist or something. See if he can figure out, see if you guys can figure out that it may be actually the parents' fault that Jimmy here, little Jimmy here, has been mentally retarded for 20 plus years. I mean, if you have parents, like, I'm serious right now. If you are a parent right now and you're saying, oh, little Jimmy here's been hurt, or little Billy here is being hurt, if he's being hurt and it's actually because of another person, you don't need to go to a doctor, you need to go to the freaking cops. I mean, seriously, I was in a fight. Like, I know that that's a little bit hard to understand, but everyone goes through a fight. I had to go through 20 different fights during my time being alive. Each one of them was really, really bad. But each one of them were not me being in it. It was actually other people being dumbasses and learning that, oh, well, maybe everything doesn't solve this way. Yeah, that's mainly the issue with people fighting. No one can figure out why they're fighting. They fight for maybe like 20 minutes or so. Like, I know a bunch of people who watch, like, the WWE. That's and people are saying, oh, he's being very, very hurt. He needs to go get medical attention. He signed a contract. Doesn't matter if he's getting hurt. He's going to be covered by his contract. If he's damaged too much, the company that or the people who signed off a contract with him may say, oh, you're too hurt, you need to go and talk to your lawyers about getting a new contract. I mean, seriously, there's a lot of people in the world that say that sort of stuff all the time. No one gets it. Yeah, I mean, seriously, no one gets it. No one understands that maybe the reason why so many people are being hurt is because they think, oh, this is the only viable option. It's not the only viable option. It's the only option that you think would make the clearest of sense. And I realize now, I've been talking for, let's say, 20 minutes, like over an hour now, talking about something that doesn't need to be talked about. Well, it does need to be talked about, because people are going through this very issue day by day. People spend their career talking about this stuff. I mean, there's people who are talking about this stuff. You got people who are talking about this stuff for thousands of different reasons. But as well, there's also a lot of other people who may not be doing that, who are just basically saying, oh, well, this is the issue with the government and blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. If you are agreeing to this, then you are becoming a politician yourself. Simple as that. I mean, if you're having issues, say you're having issues with the government, say the government is taking your funds away, you're having this sort of issue every single day. Not everyone is having the same issue you have. I mean, if you're having an issue with your friends and they're and a bunch of people are trying to tell you, oh, well, maybe he's a bad friend. Maybe he's one of the best people in the world, and he's only being and people are telling you that because they don't think he's a good influence. I mean, sure, maybe he's not, but there may be other people in the world who may say otherwise. I mean, I'll say this. I'm one of those people who don't like to be talked to. I mean, my parents told me to take a personality quiz maybe a week ago, or just the other night, and what came back was a very surprising thing. I'm a virtuoso, meaning I have apparently. I don't have. I mean, it's really sort of something good. I mean, I'm going down the career of a builder, basically, and it's not really great. I did it again. Hold on. There we go. But again, if people are gonna have issues about people using songs when sort of once you've published it, you don't have claims to a song. Well, I mean, unless you file copyright, or if you already have a copyright thing going down, there's not a big issue. I mean, if you are basically putting out your song out to the public, there's not an issue anymore. I mean, you are basically saying you agree to the terms of service of this company, and if you don't abide by them, they get the stakes to your song, or to your video, or to anything you're doing. If people are saying you have to agree to the terms of service and whatever before you go and do something, then yeah, you got a bit of an issue there. I mean, a lot of people would say, oh, you can't trust this company because they make bad products. There's a lot of people out there who make bad products. I mean, think about it this way. You have a bunch of people who are making these cigarettes day by day because it's a company. It's a very easy plant to produce. It's a very easy thing not to come by. I mean, it's very, very popular right around here, and I mean, a lot of people grow it in other parts of the world and import it over here. I mean, sure, people are saying, oh, we're having a war with this country about the importing issues. If we're having importing issues, maybe it's actually because we're getting stuff that is actually very bad. And we're trying to figure out how to make it better. And, like, whatever. I mean, if we keep inventing new things, then, and we keep giving out patents, then we're going to have a big issue. I mean, listen, think about it this way. If I go about my life saying, oh, I'm going to have the best day ever, and then I figure out it's not going to be the best day ever from a random source, just saying, then I'm going to probably think, oh, I'm going to have a bad day today. But a lot of people may say, oh, that's not going to be the case. You're going to have one of the best days ever. That may not be the case. I mean, I'm just saying now, I spend a lot of my time trying to figure out what I'm going to do next, what some person I'm going to be looking forward to seeing next Monday is going to be doing, what all this is going to be happening by this date or whatever, then yeah, there's going to be issues with that. Not a lot of people want to be sitting in front of a computer doing editing and whatever, but it's the life they chose. I mean, if they wanted to be an editor for a famous person and they get a pretty good paycheck out of it, then yeah, then you can get a lot out of it. But the only problem is, people keep thinking, oh, I want to earn revenue, or I want to make money making YouTube videos. You're not actually making money making YouTube videos. You're making money for people putting ads in your YouTube video. I mean, if anything, we should learn how to basically say, alright, this is what I want, and I want this to be happening at this time. Or I want this ad to be published to these platforms on this day, this day, this day, and this day. And then people go through with it, and people are very, very pissed off. The viewers are pissed off because maybe they're watching something that shouldn't be having an ad in it. I mean, this is the weird thing. Google, or the YouTube team as they like to call it, basically like to say, okay, during live streams, people should not have to watch ads. But as well, if it's going to a normal video, then yeah, we're going to be putting ads in it. I mean, think about it this way. If only 10% of people make live streams on a day-to-day basis because it's apparently the best thing in the world and people love to do it, then yeah, I understand that. I would understand that. But I know a lot of people who would say that recording videos and having people edit it is the best thing in the world. Or maybe even a different opinion. But truth of the matter is, we are not going to be a very good like system if we keep saying that that this thing is going to be better than this thing at this time. It's not going to happen. If we're going to say that other people are going to be good at this time, at this point in a day, at this point in time, or whatever, then we're going to be wrong. No one said that Babe Ruth, just going out of history here, was going to be a one-hit man for the New York Giants. Or the Yankees, I believe. Anyways, but a lot of people also didn't say he was going to fail. A lot of people said that he was going to have a good career, he was going to be a good man, and all of that sort of stuff. No one also said that Abraham Lincoln was ever going to be accounted for anything. But Anyways, as well, I'm just trying to say, we keep saying a lot of people are going to be good, a lot of people aren't. But as well, think about it this way. The only reason why America's been bad is because Abe Lincoln has died. And there would be a lot of other people who would say we're doing a lot better since Abraham Lincoln has died. Maybe so, but we have been set back. Oh no. We've been set back many, many years because of that. We've been set back many, many years because Abraham Lincoln has died. I mean, he was one of the best people ever. He was one of the best men to ever come to the White House. And here we go, spending one day a year saying, oh, this is going to be when we declare independence from America or from Britain and whatever. And this is going to be when we celebrate this man's birthday and this man's birthday and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of people out in the world that say, oh, this has got to be a national holiday or a national day and whatever. And that's not the case. I mean, if it were up to me, I would say get rid of all of those holidays. Have one day, once a year, celebrating all the things we've done in the past and anything new that'll come in the future. And that day would always be on, we don't need all of these holidays, okay? I'm just thinking, if we're going to have holidays and we're not going to be spending time off during that time to be with family or all that sort of stuff, what is really the point of having these holidays? I mean, seriously, you got people who have all these holidays and only a few countries once a year actually go out from school or from work to spend with family. Think about it this way. Dia de Muertos, like the Day of the Dead for all people with the Spanish heritage or Hispanic heritage, spend that day, Dia dos Muertos, yeah, that's it, okay. A lot of people spend that time saying, oh, this is a really good day, but it's but they also say it's a day to be remembering people. Sure, it's a day to be remembering people. Sure, it may be not beneficial to everyone and it means longer school days, but I mean, seriously, if we do something out of the box, if we keep doing stuff by the book that, say, the United Nations have put together, say we do, I mean, seriously, for an entire year, you only have to spend 60 days at school. To learn everything you need to learn. And there's like 120 days out of the year that we go to school, I think. I can't remember. Or like 200 days. You know what? I would like a full-on tractor that can do this. Going back to this. But going back to what I've been saying for like what now, a couple of minutes, like a couple of hours, or like about 30 minutes now or so. I don't remember. But going back to what I'm saying, no one is going to be perfect. No one's going to be perfect. But the only reason why America has gone downhill, I'm saying now, is because Abraham Lincoln has died. Think about it this way. He's literally one of the only people in the world to have such a successful life. A lot of people may say, oh, this like Donald Trump is having a better lifestyle than all of us. But the thing is, he is pulling more money away from us and less of his friends. Okay? That's how basically a lot of people are doing this. I mean, seriously, if I have it to where I was in charge of all the banks in America, I would have it to where every single bank, whether in the person was being like, if I had it to where every person had a bank account in America, I would have it to where no matter whether or not you have more money than this person, you're still entitled to give money. I don't care whether you've got $10 million or $10 billion, I should say, or 5 cents, or like $5. If you have enough to pay the tax, you're paying the tax. I mean, I would say if you have a bank account that's got $20 million in it and growing, and you were given a lesser tax rate than most others, then what would be the point of it? Literally nothing. No point would be made. Nothing would be done. And this is how we can't get nice things anymore. Because we get people who might start saying that we're having issues with our people. Sure, we're having issues with people, but the only reason why we're having issues with people is actually because we keep causing these issues with people. I mean, there's a lot of people. I mean, seriously, think about it this way. If the guy who killed Abraham Lincoln, John Wilkes Booth, was actually hired by the vice president, then really we shouldn't be thinking of the vice president as this guy who may have done something better than Abraham Lincoln. If anything, we should be dishonoring him. Basically saying, I want to say this. If everything has gone down since Abraham Lincoln's death, and we've done slightly better without him, what would it be if he actually served his whole another 4 years? Would it be better? Sure, it could be better. Could it be worse? I wouldn't exactly say so. I mean, maybe if John Wilkes Booth never was hired to kill him, or if he was not hired, then I would say, let's do it this way. Maybe we should have it to where only a few people could be allowed to do this sort of thing. Or, I'm just saying, if we spend maybe a week, just hear me out. If we spend a week and every single person in the United States that has a postal address is given a resume, and these are going to be these resumes would be for the candidates of the who want to be U.S. president. And there's a lot of people out there. Oh, that's the wrong road. Hold on. That is also the wrong road. Where is it? There it is. But I'm just saying, if we spend a lot of time actually considering who we're voting for, rather than just saying, oh, this person looks better and has a better financial career, I'm going to vote for him or her. If we don't know exactly who they are, why are we giving our time and effort into defending them? Think about it this way. If I were to say you have a choice between two people to vote, you have this person, you have candidate A, who has spent like a bunch of time and efforts into helping America, and you have candidate number 2. I'm not going to say names for them because they don't need to be named. And then you have candidate number 2, who has spent no time and effort into helping America, but actually helping other countries. Who would you say would be a better candidate? Now, a lot of people may actually say, well, candidate number 2, or actually number 1, is actually a lot better candidate because they're helping their own country. But a lot of people may also say, oh, candidate number 2 is having a lot better, may actually be a better president because he spent a lot more time helping other countries. And that's what we need in like a good president. But if it, but what if I told you there was actually a third option? And this third option no one knew about. This third option was a very small, not fairly well known, but well known, was a man or woman that helped both America and outside countries. What would you say? Probably something along the lines of, well, that may not be actually very true, because I have been researching on these people, and it doesn't matter. Whether or not someone has been helping their own country, a bunch of other countries, or both, it doesn't matter. As long as a person is getting voted on, it means more money is going to be devoted towards them. A lot more time and effort is going to be tried to be devoted towards them, so that way they get more votes. Let me bring up that boom. But as well, I'm just trying to say, if we spend more time and effort, basically, voting for a guy who's done nothing his entire life, But only now has he started to actually do something. Then why would we vote for him or her? Because we think that we could have a better future with him. That's the only reason why anybody would actually be doing that. Alright, I'm gonna stop and continue talking about that, maybe at a different time. But yeah, I'm just saying, if we're gonna keep doing this, we might as well be focused on what the people have done instead of what they're doing. Because we may actually have a better future actually learning what they've done instead of actually depicting what they could do. Anyways, so there's this. Looks actually a lot better now. Anyways, I'm just saying, if we're gonna be doing this, it might as well be for a good cause. But, of course we can't do that, because that's not how politics work, apparently. But, yeah. Again, guys, what do you guys want us to do for, what do you guys want us to do for this? Please let us know. Like, do you guys want us to make this into a, parking area for our, tools? Do you guys want us to do something else for this? I just realized I turned that thing off, and now I gotta go turn it back on. But as well, we had a lot of issues with our history before we even came over here to America, or before we even called this America. We had it to where a bunch of people would actually be very, very useful in other countries too. Like, I know a lot of people don't go over to other countries being all political and whatever, but as well, we had a lot of people who made a difference, not even in the White House, because apparently the people in the White House don't know how to do their job correctly. Which goes to show we have a bad political system. I mean, seriously, if I were told I was going to be in the political party of this, I would want no interest in it. I have no interest in saying what's better than what. I mean, if I spent every single living moment of my day trying to figure out, the Republicans are better, or no, the Democrats are better, it doesn't matter whether or not the Democratic Party is better than the Republican Party. The Democratic Party, sorry. Whether the Democratic Party is better than the Republican Party, it doesn't matter. Both parties are doing the exact same thing. They're picking off of each other. If anything, I would have a third party called the Freedom Heirs. And that political party would do nothing more than stay in their business and help their country. Because there's a lot of things that we do that aren't as popular. Okay, think about it like this. You have a bunch of people, atheists. You have unemployed. You have the unemployed. You have the uninsured. You have the sick. You have the poor. You have all these people. And what is the government doing about it? Absolutely nothing. Because they don't care about that. They care about only the rich people and how the rich people could help us. But if we keep babying the rich people, then how are we going to get their money out of? How are we going to get the money out of them? Simple. If they have bank accounts, the bank should be given the full rights to the account. Should be given rights to the account, so that way, if there are issues, they can personally deal with it. And whether it goes against you or the government, it doesn't matter. If the bank is the one who's holding the money, they should be given at least some rights to check your account. If you owe money, then they can deal with the money themselves. You don't have to. To me, I feel like that's a bad system. I mean, that's a pretty good system. Other people may say that's a bad system. I just said earlier as well, I wasn't going to be talking about this for a while, and I looped myself back down my own rabbit hole. Back down this. Whoa, what have I done? Get rid of the hide on that. Anyways, we've had a lot of other stuff happening, but if you guys want me to do like a podcast or something and you guys can talk to me or whatever, then I'll do that. I'll set that up. I can set that up, I think. I don't remember how, but I think I can. hold on. Let me see. 74? Alright, we're gonna pull the engine. But yeah, I'm just going back to what I'm going one more time back at this. If everyone is going to go about saying, oh, this is never going to work because this issue is being created, then what are we even trying to say? Are we saying that we're not going to be successful? Because that's what it sounds like. I can't tell if that's over or not. It is. Okay. Let's go grab the others. Here, we're gonna put this right there. Raise up that. Bring that down. Suck you in. Alrighty. First time I'm gonna be driving these in probably a couple of weeks. Or a couple of days. A couple of days is more likely it. Alright. Anyways, but I mean, yeah, there's very little we do. There's very little we do that's apparently better. Unfold belt. Raise the belt up. Too far. Still too far. That should do it. Yeah. Yeah, alrighty. Hold on. Yeah, I'm just gonna stop the live stream. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you agree with my opinions, then go ahead and say that you do. If you don't say anything at all. Just means that you are people who have a higher standard or lower standard than most others. But we do want to thank you again. If you guys want to join the Patreon page, link will be in our channel page, on our channel page. I would recommend you try to do it on your computer, otherwise it will not usually show up. But if you can see the About tab, or the About page, then all the links would be there to find our pages and whatever, or the our Discord, Twitch, and Patreon page, so you guys can go and use that. But yeah, we do want to thank you again for supporting this channel. We hope you guys have a good Easter weekend, and we'll talk to you all later.